Hello, welcome to another edition with Learning Made Easy with the Rock Tutors. We saw that you enjoyed some of our questions on life changes, so we have more for you. Are you ready? Come with me. Question 51. How old was Omar when he gained admission into the university? How old was he? Omar was 17 years of age. Omar was 17. Next. Question 52. Who promised to upgrade Omar's touchlight phone to a smart Android phone? Of course, when Omar saw that he had gained admission, someone promised to get him an Android phone, and that was Dad. So it was Dad who promised to change Omar's touchlight phone to a smart Android phone. Question 53. Who is always looking for Omar's trouble? Of course, you know, when we have siblings, the two closest siblings will always look for each other's trouble. So Tima is always looking for Omar's trouble. Question 54. What time does Ummi's husband usually close from work? Now, officially, you know, our jobs today is 9 to 4. But for Ummi's husband, he closes at 5 p.m. So Ummi's husband returns from work at 5 p.m. Let's move on to question 55. Ummi's full name is, Ummi's full name is Ummi Ahmad. Ummi Ahmad. So it does option B. Ummi Ahmad. Question 56. Was Ummi wearing her hijab at the HOD's office? No, she wasn't. She was dressed casually, hence she felt maybe the HOD was interested in her. So no, she wasn't wearing her hijab. That's option B. Talle's father and stepmother both of them died of a car accident, and that was when Talle was 20 years of age. Question 58. He was called Talle on account that shortly after his birth, his mother died. So our answer is option D. It was after the mother gave birth to him and died immediately after giving birth to him. Hence, he was called Talle. How many times did Talle faint in Hakimi's residence? Talle fainted twice. The first time when he realized he was the culprit, and the second time when the Hakimi allowed them to take him away. So he fainted twice. Question 60. What was the initial price the kidnappers demanded for? Now, when Talle and Zaki kidnapped the young boy, they charged the parents 1 million naira. They charged the boy's parents 1 million naira. So our answer is option B, 1 million naira. Question 61. Dash was arrested at the point of collecting the ransom. Now, Zaki and Talle, after making their plans, Zaki was to collect the ransom at the point where they will collect it. But then, unfortunately, he was caught. So our answer is Zaki, which is option B. So it was when Zaki was caught that the police traced down Talle to Lafayette community. 62. The kidnappers' ransom price later came down from 1 million to, it came down to 250,000. When they saw that the parents weren't bulging to give them the 1 million naira, they reduced the price to 250,000. And then they assumed they were going to earn that much from the parents of the young boy. Question 63. What drove Salma out of the university? Now, Salma, you know, she's a very flexible person. She likes to have a way with life, enjoy everything. But something sent her out of the university, and that was examination malpractice, which is option A. Question 64. What is the name of Salma's hostel? We are told in the book that Salma's hostel is the hostel everyone wished to be in, and that is Queen Amina Hall. Queen Amina Hall. That's the hostel that Salma was placed. One among the following options is true of why Salma did not want to stay in the room. Now, it was not because the hostel was not beautiful. It wasn't because it was the famous Queen Amina Hall. Neither was it because it's every student's dream. The reason she did not want to stay in the hostel is because of the combination of her roommates. You know, there is Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and a middle belt. That's Ada from Benue State. Now, the next question. Who was the brightest in Salma's room and perhaps in her class? Tomiwa. Tomiwa is very, very intelligent and smart. And then she is the brightest in Salma's room. Next question, please. Dash introduced her roommates to danwake delicacy. We know Salma is an Hausa girl, so danwake is eaten by the Hausa people, right? Good. So our answer is option A. Salma introduced danwake to her friends. 68. Dash and Dash were Muslims. Now, Salma and Tomiwa were Muslim. Tomiwa, though a Yoruba girl, but was of a Muslim religion. So Salma and Tomiwa were Muslims, and that's option B. 69. Who was behind the wheel on the drive from Kwangila to Ahmad Bello University? Now, the person behind the wheel was Habib. Yes, Habib was the rich person, but he was the one who decided to drive himself. So his friend sat at the back. So it's A, Habib. Question 70. The name of the author of the book is... Now, so many students have difficulties studying the authors of book. Our focus is just on the content of the book. But in this case, we have to know the name of the author. For those of you who've written your mock exam, you will notice that this was a quite predominant question. So our answer is option B, Khadija Abubakar Jali. Now, you would have said that option D is a closer answer. But if you look at it, the A there is just abbreviated. So the full answer is Khadija Abubakar Jali. Question 71. The major technique employed in the story is... Now, we can say storytelling, but that is not the major technique that was employed. The major technique employed was flashback, because Ummi had to go back to her university days, go back to tell us all the incidences that happened. So the major technique used was flashback. Question 72. Ummi is translated in Arabic as... Ummi is translated in Arabic as my mother. Ummi means my mother. 73. How many zobo drinks did the family take while waiting for their father? Now, while waiting for their father, and Ummi decided to tell them a story, they all decided to go outside to enjoy their story since there has been no light for some days. And then they went under the mango tree. So they demanded for zobo, which that's Tima's business. So they bought 5 at first. But while Ummi was telling her story, she demanded for another one, making it 6. So she drank 6 bottles of zobo drinks. Question 74. According to the book, how much did Habib give to Tomiwa on their first outing? According to the book, how much did Habib give to Tomiwa on their first outing? Habib gave the Tomiwa 50,000 naira. So she gave each of her roommates 10,000 naira and kept 20,000 naira for herself. That's option C, 50,000 naira. Question 75. What degree does the author of Life Changer hold? What degree does the author of Life Changer hold? Now, she holds a degree in BSc Mathematics Education. BSc Mathematics Education, and that's option C. I'm sure you should be familiar with it for those of you who wrote your Jamb mock. Now, question 76. Under which tree did they all go to sit when the room got hot? A mango tree. I already said that when I was explaining the previous question. So that's option D, mango tree. How long has it been since they last had light? It's been 2 days that they last had light, and their generator was faulty. So it's been 2 days. That's option B. Question 78. How many years ago was Ummi's university story? Now, she had to go back in time to talk about her university days. So it's been 20 years ago. Our answer is option D, 20. Question 79. Who amongst Ummi's children sold zobo? I already said it as sold zobo. I already said it before now, that it is Tima that sold zobo. And that's option A. Question 80. What did Ummi's husband study? Now, Ummi's husband has always wanted to study law, but unfortunately, he studied accounting. So our answer is option D, accounting. Question 81. On what condition did Ummi's father agree to her university admission? Now, it was not that she should graduate with first class, no. Neither is it that she should marry, must not get pregnant, no. Or that she must marry before accepting her admission, no. He said that she must marry before her graduation. So that's option C. He insisted on her getting married before graduation, and then her husband decided that rather than doing that, they should just get married before she goes on for her registration. Now question 82. Keke napep is, we all know in Nigeria, keke napep is a tricycle, or a tricycle according to some people. That's option B. Question 83. When did Ummi get married? When did Ummi get married? Ummi got married before going to school. I already explained earlier that she was given a condition to get married before her graduation, but her husband decided not to wait, and then they celebrated both her marriage and her gaining admission. So that was a double celebration in Lafayette. So it was before going to school. Question 84. Why was Ummi not sure if she would be able to face the HOD again? Now, if you were the one, how would you feel? Of course, it's because of the toilet embarrassment. She was embarrassed that she had to lie. She wanted to go to the toilet and she didn't even use the toilet. So, option A. Question 85. What dress code would Omar wear in the university? Since Omar gained admission to study law, you know it's a white shirt on black trouser, and that's option B. Question 86. Why didn't Ummi tell the HOD that she was married? Now, is it because the HOD didn't ask, or she didn't want the HOD to know, or the HOD already knew she wanted to date the HOD? Now, the HOD already knew, but Ummi did not know that the HOD knew. So, is that A, the HOD did not ask? Question 87. The full meaning of a mal. The full meaning of a mal. It is not email. Neither is it electronic malfunction. Neither is it examination malapropism. It is exam malpractice. Question 88. Why did Ummi go to the HOD's office? Why did Ummi go to the HOD's office? Now, she went to the HOD's office because she wanted to get her matric number. That's a matriculation number. Please don't forget her matriculation number. That's option D. Now, question 89. According to Ummi, the story of Talle was more relevant to Omar because, now the story of Talle was relevant to Omar because Omar is now leaving his family, leaving his people to the city. So he shouldn't be influenced by the things he see in the city. So the answer is option A. He was leaving to the city. Now question 90. The kidnapped boy was how old? We are told the boy is there about 13 years of age, and that's option A. Question 91. Zaki was, of course I said it from the beginning, that Zaki is Talle's accomplice, so it's option D. Question 92. Why did Talle run into the Hakimi's house when he heard the police siren? Now, you know, the moment he heard the police siren, he knew what he had done. He knew he had kidnapped somebody's child, and then they were about to get ransom and release the boy. He already knew, so he did not want to be seen. And that's option A. Question 93. Don't come in after me. Whose rule was that? It's Dr. Dabo. Dr. Dabo has this rule that nobody comes into the class once he is in the class. So it means you must be punctual. And we are told Dr. Dabo is a punctual lecturer. So question 94. Dr. Dabo has been in the university for how many years? We are told he has been in the university for more than 10 years. So our answer is option C, 10 years. Now, question 95. Which car offered Salma a ride back to school? We are told it's a black Benz. She saw a black Benz and they hooted to her and picked her back to school. So it's option C, a black Benz. Question 96. Which of Salma's roommates was very generous? Ngozi. Despite the fact that Ngozi is an Igbo girl, she's generous to a fault. Maybe because she has never left her community before now. We wouldn't know, but we are told she is very, very generous. Question 97. In the car, Labaran sat at the back seat because, now Labaran is supposed to be the driver while Habib being the honorable. But Labaran sat at the back to make room for the lovebirds. And who are the lovebirds? Tomiwa and Habib. So it is A. He wanted Tomiwa to sit in front with Habib. Question 98. Kolawole was expelled because Salma implicated him. Kolawole was on his own. According to Yoruba people, Kolawole was writing his exam, and then Salma started pressurizing him for for him to give her some cheat. And then he gave to her, and then only for her to implicate him. And then he was rusticated at the same time with Salma. So Salma was the one who implicated him. And that's option B. Question 99. One of these is not why Ummi considered moral philosophy a walkover. Now, you know, students, whenever we see a course, we feel it's very simple, no need to read. Abi? Now, first of all, moral philosophy is what you're taught in churches, in mosque. It is also part of what our parents teach us in the morning. Greet your parents, greet people, all of that. That's moral philosophy. But then, the reason Ummi did not consider it, she considered it a walkover, was because she felt that imams have already taught it, she doesn't need to read it. Preachers have already preached it in churches, and then parents have already taught her, so it's already a walkover. But one of the reasons she did not think of is the fact that the course has been done before. So the reason why Ummi did not consider moral philosophy a walkover is because the course has been done before. Now the last and final question, 100. Why didn't Salma know the answer to any of the questions? If you do not read, will you know the answer? So the answer is option A, she did not read at all. I hope you enjoyed working with me today. Bye-bye.